Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Topic and Native. Welcome to live stream class. My name is Tanya. I'm a TOEFL CELTA certified teacher from Ukraine. I hope you had a brilliant day, and I hope you will have a great day tomorrow too. And your whole week is full of enjoyment, productivity, I wish you the best and thank you for joining us. Today we have a very interesting and important lesson. It's a grammar lesson. I'll try to make it more fun, yes, because grammar rules, but yeah, let's try to make it, easy to understand, easy to comprehend, and so on. So today we'll talk about active and passive forms. So the active form and passive form, and how to convert. So it means convert, to change an active form into passive form. And we'll make some sentences, we'll make some changes, we'll convert, and I hope you will be active. Don't hesitate to ask me as many questions as you'd like who on does. Where do I live? Well, I live in Ukraine. I started in the US and in the UK, and right now I live in Ukraine. So let's start. Yes, don't forget that you need a copybook to write all the rules, where I really hope that you write some rules of live stream classes. And of course be active, answer the questions, ask the questions. So I'll be happy to answer, I'll be happy to ask. Well, feel free. So let's start, and first of all, let's look at the sentences. There are 4 sentences. They are different. They are in active form and in passive form. And you need to find 2 sentences that have the same meaning. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 1, Sam repaired the car. Yes, number 2, the car wasn't repaired. So something different. Number 3, Sam was repaired by the car. It's kind of funny that cars can repair people. I don't know. And number 4, the car was repaired by Sam. So please, there are 4 sentences, and please find 2 which have the same meaning. So number 1, Sam repaired the car. The car wasn't repaired, so it's a negative form, right? Number 3, Sam was repaired by the car, and the car was repaired by Sam. It's the one pair is only hun viet. Excellent, but you don't need 2 and 3. So they are all different. Yes, they are just different. They don't have the same meaning. Only one pair. Okay? So, what do you have? What answers do you have? Hun Huan, very good. Hun Viet, the first one is perfect, great. Yes, it's correct. Tan Nguyen, excellent. Yes. Huan Nguyen, Huan Vu. You don't need 2 and 3, no. Huan Huan. Number 3, it's Sam was repaired by the car. So it was Sam had some problems. He came to garage, for example. Yes, and the car fixed him. I don't think so. Yes, I don't think cars can fix people. So I don't think so. So Nguyet, it's kind of a very strange phrase. All right, Hun Vian, Huan Vu, Nguyen, excellent. Huan, very good. So let's look at the answers. So Sam repaired the car, and the car was repaired by Sam. So excellent, you did a good job. So it's a pair, the sentences are the same. Their structure is different, but the meaning is the same. So Sam, here is Sam, a person, he repaired the car. And number 4, we convert active form into passive form. And now the car was repaired by Sam. So by object. So let's look again. Let's look at this precisely. Don't worry, we'll learn this structure. Right now, please listen to me. I will read the conversation. You will read with me the conversation, And please pay attention to the sentences, to the words in bold letters. So I'm going to San Francisco for a few months. Will you take your dog with you? Yes, I booked airline tickets for me and my dog. I thought they don't allow animals on planes. Many flights offer a pet transport service, so yes, animals are allowed on planes these days. So they don't allow animals on planes, right? It's active form. Who they? The airlines. They don't, here is present simple. They don't allow animals on planes. And another sentence, animals are allowed on planes. So here, animals become an object, a subject. I'm sorry. Animals. This word is is a subject. Yes. And then we have are allowed on planes. We don't even need airlines. Yes, we can say by airlines, but it's not necessary. The most important thing, animals, and we want to emphasize that animals are not allowed on planes. All right. So right now, would you please read? I hope it's clear. We'll consider the sentences more precisely in next slides. Just right now, let's read. So I'm going to San Francisco for a few months. I'm going to San Francisco for a few months. Will you take your dog with you? Yes, we need to raise our voice up to make intonation. Yes, I booked airline tickets for me and my dog. I booked airline tickets for me and my dog. I thought they don't allow animals on planes. So airlines, yes, they don't allow animals on planes. Many flights offer pet transport service, so yes, animals are allowed on planes these days. Many flights offer a pet transport service, so yes, animals are allowed on planes these days. Okay, all right. So let's move on. And let's look at these sentences which were in the dialogue. Yes, let's look at them. So the first sentence was airlines don't allow pets on planes. We have a subject which does an action. It's so-called subject doing action. Yes, it does an action. Airlines. Then we have a verb in any tense. Here it's present simple. Don't allow. So they do an action. They don't allow. This is an action. Then we have pets. Pets, it's an object, of course, and pets, they receive an action from airlines, right? So airlines don't allow pets on planes. Then another one, passive voice. Yes, we transform this sentence. We convert the sentence, airline don't allow pets on planes, into passive voice. Here we get a subject, yes, which receives an action. So subject receiving an action. These are pets. They received an action, right? Pets. Then we have the verb be. It's also, you put the verb be in any tense. For example, present simple, yes? Am, is, are, aren't allowed. Yes, we can say past simple, weren't allowed, so was, were. We can use future simple, will be allowed. We can use present perfect, have been or has been allowed. So please remember that the verb be, you put it in a correct form of the tense which is needed. Then you have past participle. I'm sorry. What is past participle? Well, if it's irregular, it's a main verb, right? And we put it in past participle. If it's a regular verb, we just add ed, like here, allowed. To allow, it's a regular verb. So we add ending, ed, allowed. Yes? If it's, of course, irregular verb, remember the table of a lot of verbs, past simple and past participle, the third column. For example, do, did, done. Make, made, made. Yes. Go, went, gone. Yes. Leave, left, left. Buy, bought, bought, and so on. So just remember the third column. So pets aren't allowed on planes, right? Now please think of other examples, please using these structures, right? For example, I bought the tickets, yes, to go to Vietnam. Yes, you can say it's an active sentence. You can make it into passive. The tickets were bought to Vietnam, right? By me, you can say by me, by someone, by, and you say an object doing action. You can say by me, but it's not necessary. So please make some sentences with active and passive voice. I will be happy to read them, and I think it's a good practice to make sentences to practice your writing skills. So please write your sentences. Like I said, I bought the tickets were bought. You can say, my husband fixed my car, and you can say, okay, my car was fixed by my husband. Yes. Okay, you can say, I will clean the room, yes, and the room will be cleaned. So please think of some sentences. Or you can say, the doctors treat this terrible virus. Yes, right now it's a terrible virus right now. Hopefully it will be gone soon. So the doctors treat, yes, cure people from the virus. You can say, okay, this virus is cured or is treated by doctor. This disease is treated by doctors. Okay, so please think of some other sentences. Don't forget to practice your writing skills. Any sentences, active and passive. I'm waiting for them. While I'm explaining the other things, please write the sentences. So in English, sentences can be active or passive. We already know that. So in active sentences, the third person doing an action is the subject of the sentence. Yes, it does the action. Of course, it's a subject. And the third person receiving an action, it's an object. So it's important who does the action, the thing on a person, who does it. I bought the ticket, so it's important. Right? My husband fixed the car. Who is important? My husband. So it's the person who does an action is important. And most sentences are active. In passive sentences, the third person receiving the action is the subject of the sentence. Okay, and the third person doing an action can be put at the end of the sentence using by, though sometimes it's not necessary. Really, sometimes we don't need it. Who did? My car is fixed. I don't care who did it. It's fixed. So it is fixed. It's passive voice. I don't know who did it, but it's fixed. Or the dinner is cooked. My children don't care who cooked it. It's ready. It's cooked. Probably by me, by mom. But it doesn't matter. It's not necessary. So you can put it or you cannot. And the passive is used when the third person receiving the action is more important. Yes. So it's important. The dinner, what? The dinner is cooked. So the dinner is important. So the thing that receives an action. Okay. Or the car is fixed. Or the tickets are bought. So these are the objects. The objects, they became subjects and they are important. And the passive form is used if you do not know who, what is doing the action, or if you don't want to mention who, what is doing the action. Yes. All right. For example, the homework is done. The project is completed. Who did it? It doesn't matter. Hey, coach, I brush my teeth twice a day. My teeth are brushed twice a day. Good job. Yes, it's good sentences. Yes. Bagfan, the chair was broken yesterday. Perfect. Past simple. You have an exact time yesterday. Excellent. Yes. And who broke a chair? We don't know. Yes, it was broken. Hunviet, this lesson was Miss Subotina was taught. Very good sentence. Well, thank you so much. Yes, it was taught. Past participle. Teach, it's irregular verb, so we need to remember that it was taught by Miss Subotina. Thank you. All right, excellent. Let's move on and let's practice. Now please transform these active sentences into their passive voice. So pets aren't allowed on planes, right? For example, the airlines don't allow pets on planes, right? And here we transformed it into passive voice. Pets aren't allowed on planes. There are two sentences. Please convert them. So his grandmother looked after him. Number 2, someone has cleaned the windows. Look at the time. Okay. Okay, my dinner was cooked yesterday. Perfect, Huanvu. Excellent. Yes. Now please transform it. His grandmother, so this is a subject, looked after, a verb in past simple. Him, it's an object which receives an action. Now this object we should put into subject. Yes. Make passive form, be plus past participle. And you can say by who, and his grandmother becomes an object of doing an action. Yes. And number 2, someone has present the windows. Here we have present perfect, so we need to put passive voice into present perfect. Anfam, excellent. You are the first one. He was looked after by his grandmother. He looked before his grandmother. Hua Nguyen, please be careful. First, it's looked after and looked. Hua Nguyen, be careful. You need past participle. Looked after and then by his grandmother. Okay, and don't forget looked. Ed, it is regular verb. You need to add ed. Bakfan, Huanvu, good job. The second one, Anfam. Please check the windows. Anfam, please check the windows. It's plural. It's not has. Has we put when he, she, it. The third person singular. So, and here we have windows, they. No, it's good were, but not were. Oh, were, right? No, not were. You did a good job. You used present perfect. Only not has, but have. Yes, Huanvu. Yes, were cleaned, but have been. Yes, Anfam, very good. You corrected yourself. Bakfan, it's correct, but only present perfect, because we have here present perfect. Maybe it's just a result. You know, we are looking at the windows. When do we use present perfect? When we don't have an exact time in past. And it's connected with the present moment. So here we have a result. The windows have been cleaned just now, for example. Yes, and this is the result. They are so clean. So that's why we use present perfect. Maybe it's, okay. My phone was broken. Only broken. Broken. The windows have been cleaned by someone. Very good. Perfect, guys. All right, so here, number 1. His grandmother looked after him. We have past simple. That's why he was looked after by his grandmother. Number 2. Someone has cleaned the windows. Here we have present perfect. That's why we need to put it into present perfect. The windows have been cleaned. Okay? So windows have been cleaned. So learn how to imply the structures. We have subject, doing an action. Airlines don't allow pets on planes, right? Then we have the hunter killed the Bakfan, very good. The hunter killed the lion. So again, these are active verbs. Subject doing an action, then verb, and then object which receives an action. Then we have passive voice, only subject receiving an action. So right now receiving an action. Pets aren't allowed on planes. So here we have to be, the verb be, verb past participle. The lion was killed by the hunter. Okay, now we have a good game. So let's imagine ourselves detectives. We are inspecting a crime scene. Something has just happened. It can be in present perfect or in past simple. It depends on the context. And please comment your observation on the scene using passive voice. So the man was killed. Yeah, if we know the time, exact time in past, we should use past simple. So for example, the windows break. Yeah, so we don't know who did it. Yes, we just know the fact. Yes, we know the object, the subject becomes it receives an action, the windows. Yes, it's important. We want to stress this. And number 2, fingerprints leave behind criminal. So let's think. The windows. Don't forget about past participle, the third form. Both verbs are irregular. Anfam, excellent. Hun Huan, excellent. Yes. Who else? And number 2. Okay. So don't forget about irregular verbs. Bakfan, excellent. Fan Kuan, the window was broken by children. Yes, it's a good one. Only we have windows. Yes, but you have a correct sentence. Window was broken. Maybe it's only one. Yes. Okay, Tan Guyen. If you say windows, then you need were broken. Tan. Okay. Anfam, okay, Anfam, excellent. Yes, very good. Okay, so let's check ourselves. Do you have other? What about the second one? All right, so let's check. The windows were broken, right? So here, were broken. Of course, it's possible to say the windows have been broken. If we don't know when, we can use present perfect. Here is the result. They have been broken. It's possible. Number 2, fingerprints leave behind criminals. So fingerprints were left behind the criminals. So leave, left, also. Irregular verb. So were left behind the criminal. Again, we can say fingerprints have been left if we know it's present perfect. Okay, someone has left the fingerprints. Bakfan, I'm not sure what you want to say. You said the criminal. Yes, they were left by criminal. Or someone has left. Someone has, the third person singular. All right. Here is another game. So please read carefully. Choose and comment your answers to fill in the blanks. So number 1, the thief was arrested, were arrested, C, arrest. Number 2, a dog. Her yesterday, she buy a dog yesterday. A, beaten, was beat. B, bite, was beaten. C, beat, was beaten. So please be careful here. Yes, with the second one, bite, beat, beaten. It's a regular verb. So please be careful. It's the verb that is not used very often, right? So bite, beat, beaten. Guyet, excellent. You are the first found one. Yes, he's the only one. Yes, it's singular. Not were. Okay, perfect, Hunviet. You've got a good answer on the second one. Huan Vu, Bak Fan. All right. Tan Nguyen. Oh, Tan Nguyen. No. Were arrested. It would be plural. Here, the thief. He's only one. If there were two, the thieves. Yes, we had an ending. As for the second one, also the B, or well, it's not bite. It's the first form, and we need it yesterday. If it's yesterday, it's past simple. The second form of bite, it's bit. So please be careful about the number 2, because it's yesterday. It's past simple. Duyen Du, Bak Fan, Pham Quan, Bak Fan, Huan Vu. Well, An Pham, excellent, very good. So please be careful with the second one. Let's check. So the thief was arrested for his crime. Huan Nguyen, good. Good job, correct. So he's the only one, was arrested. Number 2, it's yesterday, so it's beat, irregular form, beat, the second form. A dog beat her yesterday. And the third past participle, it's beaten. She was beaten by a dog yesterday. All right, Bak Fan, also Hawaiian Nguyen, good job. So what we did today, I hope it's clear. Please think of the questions to me. I can answer. So while I'm reading, please think of some questions, and if you can, please type your questions to me. So what we did today, we converted verbs from active to passive form. So here is, these are the structures. Active voice, we have a subject which does an action, then verb in any tense, and then an object which receives an action. Airlines don't allow pets on planes. I cook a dinner. I bought tickets. What else? The carpenter will make a table for us. Yes. A passive voice. Then we have subject which receives an action in the first place. Then we have the verb be in any tense. Will be, am, is, are, was, were, have been, has been. Then we have past participle. The third form, or ed, and then we have sometimes by. It's not necessary, but sometimes we can use by object doing an action. Pets aren't allowed on planes, for example. We don't need an object which does an action. For example, the dinner is cooked by me. Yes, the tickets were bought by my daughter. The table was made by a carpenter, and so on. So, as a homework, please try to use the structures, passive voice structures. Please try to remake them from active to passive. Well, just try to use them. They're not, of course, active phrases are used more often, but sometimes we need passive voice when we don't know who did it, for example. Yes, for example, we know that when we go to the store, we know that a lot of clothing is made in China, but we don't know by who. Of course, it's by Chinese factory, for example, right? By Indonesian factory. But we can say, okay, oh, it's made in China, it's made in France, it's made in Europe. We don't need by, so it's made, yes? So that's why sometimes we really need to use passive voice. So if you don't have any questions, well, I will let you go to sleep. Yes, have a good night. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Thank you for being with us with Topic a Native, and thank you for attending live stream class. It was my pleasure to teach you today. Well, thank you, and bye-bye.